In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Peyton Kemp and what he does so well on the basketball court that makes him one of the top point guards in the nation. So let's get down, let's check him out and see what he does. These tips are going to help explode your game so that you can be an even better basketball player in the new year. So let's get down, let's check out Peyton Kemp. Really quickly, if you want to be able to shoot the basketball from further away, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below. Okay, so what does Peyton Kemp do right here in this first clip? When he's driving towards the rim, he does that quick hesitation right here and he pushes off that back foot. When he starts to attack, watch what he's able to do. He's got his shoulders lower than the defender's shoulders right here, which will allow him to have leverage on that man. When he attacks that rim, he's able to create that contact first with his body going into that defender, keeping the ball nice and high, away from his body, but also away from that defender. This is going to allow him to get that and one, should have been an and one, arms going across the body, and that allows him to make that basket. Now in this next clip, very similar tips. However, what he does right here is very interesting. Now he is playing a bit higher than I would personally like. I would like to see him get just a bit lower so he has just a bit more. He's still able to get past him because at this point, he's taking a dribble at the same time as that step. He is timing his attack. Now, he picks up that ball right at that three-point line, keeps that ball high away from the help side defender from his hands. This will allow him, at this point, he's beat one defender, he's beating a second defender. That's his gather. He's allowed to take 1, 2, and then he's faced with a second help defender. At this time, he's using his body to get between defender right here, but also the ball. So as long as you can get your body between a defender and the ball, this is going to help you become very successful at scoring with an and one at the rim. The stare down is also pretty nice. Now here he's attacking on that left side. However, when he's attacking, watch the dribble right here and watch his last step. He gathers right there on both feet. If we slow it down to the point right there. Now see, with a referee, they're usually not able to see that this foot is maybe 2 inches above the ground. They're going to be counting it like if he's right there when he gathers the ball. The referees give leeway when it comes to a 2-foot gather. Because if you're going to get onto 2 feet and gather that ball, most referees, if your foot is 1 inch off the ground, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you gathered on both feet. So technically he hasn't taken a step yet. He then goes off of his left foot, raises his right foot into the air. This will allow him to get his body in line with his shot. And why I say the shot and not the rim is because nobody who has a good shot other than Klay Thompson has their bodies square towards the rim. As long as his shoulders, hips, knees are square in the same direction and his shoulder and elbow are in line with the rim, he is going to have a straight shot. And that's exactly what happens right here, and he's able to swish it. Now this is a move that nobody practices, but you should. Attacking the rim and then finishing with the ball outstretched. Everyone just practices regular layups. When are you going to hit a perfectly regular layup in game? On a fast break with 0 defenders. When does that happen? Maybe 2 times in an entire season. You're always going to have a defender who's running back who's going to be contesting your layup. Nobody wants to have a free layup from the other team. So you need to be practicing these outstretched layups so that you can hit these shots as well. Because why you want to do this is because when you're attacking the basket, attacking a defender, you don't want that ball to get blocked. How are you going to stop that ball from getting blocked? You're going to use your body straight up. You're not going to be going into that defender. You want to go straight up with your shot so that now you are in your cylinder. In FIBA here in Canada, we have a cylinder. In the NBA, they also have a cylinder. And guess what? As long as you jump straight up, you are in your cylinder. If you were to jump into this man, technically it's a foul on you if this guy was planted, which he wasn't. Which leads into my second point. If this guy's running alongside you, you can jump into him and get a foul because he's not planted. You just gotta beat the guy to the spot. That's all. Get a half a foot in front of him and you'll be all set. Now, while this highlight looks really cool, and yes, he was able to score, and he did body this guy quite well, watch what he could have done. He could have done a shot fake, let this guy fly by, been then in single coverage with this guy, with this man and another man who's over here trailing him. He could have got the assist and an easier layup. Now, I'm not saying that this was the wrong shot, because of course he did score this shot, but as we can see right here, he had two teammates. He could have just planted on 2 feet, let this guy fly right by, been on a 3-on-1 situation, pass it over to him for an easy layup. Now, that would be my decision, because I'm personally not as athletic as Peyton Kemp, but this would have been a lot safer in my opinion. But again, he did make that shot. And yes, Peyton Kemp does have a good shot. Right here, he's able to pull up from like almost NBA range because this guy wasn't guarding him. And what I mean by that is, yes, he's got his hand up, he's contesting the shot, but was he truthfully guarding Peyton Kemp? If we rewind just a bit, look at where the hands of this defender was. They were down by his knees, down by his hips. Guess what? If the hands are down on that defender and you have even the slightest bit of a quick shot, you can pull for this shot all day long. He's going to be outstretching his arm, trying to contest and block that shot just so that he doesn't get screamed at by his coach. But guess what? As long as you have somewhat of a one-motion shot like Peyton Kemp does, with a nice straight release, guess what? That's not a contested shot, and you're going to make it as long as you practice as much as Peyton Kemp. I've been following this kid for years on Instagram, and he puts in a ton of work every single day. So if you want to be just as good as Peyton Kemp or better, guess what? There's a few things that you need to be able to do. For one, you need to be able to hit your three-point shots. You're going to be able to have to be fearless and attack that defender, get that ball outstretched so you can hit that layup. But you also need to play defense. I didn't mention it, but he's a good defender as well. And then you need to put in the work. This kid is on Instagram, and he's been killing it. He's been working out. I've been watching his workout videos, and he's working every single day. A lot of players say they want to be great, but they'll play their 3 or 2 or whatever team practices a week. They'll sit back, play 2K and say, yeah, I'm learning. And then they go back to their 2 or 3 times a week practices. They're not improving as much as the other players on their team if the other players are working hard. Or they're not improving as much as Peyton Kemp. Now, for example, my nephew, David, he works on his game every single day, whether it be studying NBA or NCAA players or high school players, or working on his game, or being lifting weights. One of those 3 things he's doing every single day, and sometimes it's all 3 of those things. So if you really want to improve to a point where you can play maybe the NBA or college ball, this is what you need to do. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button, subscribe, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time.